Here are the top stories for August 12th. Defense counsel Christine Ferrer questioned a COA witness on whether the Office of the Vice President's surveillance and intelligence activities were enough to prove the success of reward payments charged to confidential funds. During Wednesday's impeachment trial, COA State Auditor Zailene Del Campo reviewed intelligence reports documenting OVP activities, including threat assessments, profiling, and coordination with intelligence operatives. Ferrer argued that the OVP had submitted these reports, but still received a notice of disallowance. Del Campo maintained that the documents did not sufficiently prove the success of the activities, while Ferrer questioned whether Joint Circular 2015-01 requires an actual apprehension before reward payments can be considered valid. Private prosecutor Lorna Kapunan invoked Superman during Tuesday's Senate impeachment trial after questioning how a single special disbursing officer could have processed confidential fund payments in different locations across Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao on the same day. Kapunan raised the issue while examining Commission on Audit State Auditor Zailene Del Campo over several acknowledgement receipts submitted by the Department of Education. She questioned whether one SDO could realistically travel to multiple locations and distribute the amounts indicated in the documents within a single day. The defense objected, calling Kapunan's question speculative, but presiding officer Francis Chiz Escudero did not sustain the objection. Escudero said he understood Kapunan's point, noting that it appeared difficult for one person to have personally carried out the transactions in the different locations on the same day. The trial also heard that some funds were turned over by DepEd SDOs to Colonel Raymond Dante Lachica, then head of the Vice Presidential Security and Protection Group. Malacanang described Kris Aquino and her sons Josh and Bimbi's recent visit to First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos as a sign of good relations between their families. Palace Press Officer and Communications Undersecretary Claire Castro said the visit suggests that Aquino and the First Lady have a good relationship, although the details of their conversation have not been disclosed. Castro added that the First Lady and her guests were happy during the visit. Aquino and her sons brought several cakes for the First Lady ahead of her August 21st birthday. Araneta Marcos later thanked them for the surprise in a social media post, describing it as a thoughtful gesture that warmed her heart. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is proposing a 7.2 trillion peso national budget for 2027, with education and infrastructure among the administration's top priorities, alongside funding for healthcare, social protection, agriculture, labor, and digitalization. Education will receive the largest sector-specific allocation among the government's priority programs, with 1.314 trillion pesos proposed for 2027, including 976 billion pesos for the Department of Education. The funding will support school feeding, classroom construction, teacher development, digital learning, scholarships, and mental health programs. The proposed budget includes 11.4 billion pesos for the school-based feeding program and 30.5 billion pesos for the Basic Education Facilities Program. For higher education, the government is seeking 61 billion pesos for the Universal Access to Quality Tertiary Education Program and 1.6 billion pesos for the Bagong Pilipinas Merit Scholarship Program. Tropical storm. Mai is expected to continue weakening as it crosses northern Luzon after making landfall in Magsingal, Ilocos Sur, early Thursday morning, according to the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration. As of 7 a.m., the storm center was over Banguid, Abra, moving eastward while gradually losing strength as it traverses the mountainous terrain of northern Luzon. Pagasa said Mai is likely to weaken into a tropical depression before further downgrading into a remnant low later in the day. Despite the weakening, the Weather Bureau warned that northern and central Luzon may still experience strong winds and heavy rainfall, urging residents in affected areas to remain alert for possible flooding, landslides, and other weather-related hazards. Stay updated with the latest news. Visit our website at www.mb.com.ph or follow us on social media. Thanks for tuning in to the Manila Bulletin Daily Rundown.